Alicia Arden, who is here with me today, is the first victim of Jeffrey Epstein.
It's hard for me to say. It's been very much a complete slap in the face. Those in Washington are more concerned with playing political games. My hope is those who were complacent in Jeffrey Epstein's crimes will finally be named. I appeal to the members of the House. Vote to release these files so that we can finally see who else helped Jeffrey Epstein and who else victimized so many children and adults.
Alicia Arden, who is here with me today, is the first victim of Jeffrey Epstein to have proof that she filed a police report because of what Epstein did to her. And, however, no prosecution of Jeffrey Epstein ever took place in reference to her police report. Alicia will explain how she feels about the upcoming vote in the House and the president's decision yesterday to tell House Republicans to vote to release the files. After Alicia speaks, I will share my concerns about the latest development on this issue announced by the president and how it may impact the survivors' desire to have all of the Department of Justice's files released. First, however, I'm honored to present Alicia Arden.
Can you have the mic over there?
Closer?
Yeah.
Thank you,
Sure.
Gloria.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Gloria. And thank you all for coming. And this has been a very...
Could you speak up a little?
Oh, okay. Thank you, Gloria. Is that better? Thank you. Thanks all for coming. This has been a very emotionally draining week for me, as I'm sure you all can imagine. And it's been very emotional for so many of the survivors, myself, of Jeffrey Epstein. And the current administration promised during the campaign to release the Jeffrey Epstein files, but all the files were not released due to the House Oversight Committee, even though the campaign and the committee had subpoenaed them. President Trump just told everyone to just move on. And then this week, revelations came out in emails from Jeffrey Epstein's estate, which mention President Mr. Trump. And that same president who told us to move on threatened a Republican member of Congress who changed her vote to support the survivors. And then, when it became clear that many Republicans wanted the vote to release the files, and then the president changed his position. And as now told Republicans in the House to vote for the Department of Justice files to be released. So, as you can imagine, the events of this last week has completely been, it's hard for me to say. It's been very much a complete slap in the face. To the victims, myself, who are just reaching and searching for justice in this matter. The only thing that we really learned from last week is that those in Washington are more concerned with playing political games than they are with being honest with the American people and helping the victims. Myself, of Jeffrey Epstein, the victims of Jeffrey Epstein, and Miss Maxwell. And this week, the House of Representatives will finally have the opportunity to decide if the Epstein files will be released. So, speaking as one of the victims, I beg you to release these files once and for all. I mean, there is no valid reason for refusing to do so. So you can't claim that it is to protect the victims. I mean, when it is the victims, myself and the victims, that have been calling for the files to be released. I mean, this should be really an easy bipartisan issue. And why would there be a single no vote? My hope is that finally these files will be released. And those who were complacent in Jeffrey Epstein's crimes will finally be named. And the American public will get the transparency that they've been promised and which we all deserve and they deserve. But if the House does not vote to be releasing these files, it will be very disappointing to all of us. And I mean, what reason could they possibly have for keeping this information such a secret unless it is to protect themselves? And I believe that. What could they have? It's in order just to protect themselves at the expense of myself, the victims, all of the public. And the more that we are denied the files, the more we assume that the very politicians who vote appear to be doing and so to hide the facts for their own political or personal reasons. So once again, I appeal to the members of the House. Vote to release these files so that we can finally see who else helped Jeffrey Epstein and who else victimized so many children and adults.
Thank you, Alicia.
You're welcome.
I would like to begin by thanking the President for urging the Republicans in the House to vote to support the discharge petition and on the floor to release the Epstein files. However, I am concerned with what the President has not said. First, he has not explained to the public that a vote to release the files is not really necessary. The House Oversight Committee has already subpoenaed the files, and some of the files, but not all of them, have been released. The committee could seek a vote holding the Department of Justice in contempt, but most likely they do not have enough votes to take that step. Further, the Department of Justice could have released all of the files and still could, voluntarily. They did not need a vote in Congress or a subpoena to do that. However, because they have not released all the files, certain members of Congress want to vote on this issue, and now they'll have the opportunity to do that. If the House votes to support the release of the files, the issue will then go to the Senate for a vote. I note that the President has not urged the senators to vote to release the files. Even if the senators do vote in favor of the release, the bill will then go to the president. And the president has not indicated that he would even sign such a bill. Further complicating all of this is that the president has directed the Department of Justice to investigate high-level Democrats who are mentioned in the Epstein files.